to your point, like, I mean, 100, I mean, if you think about the two easiest ways to get promoted, like it's so simple, it's crazy, right? What do we all say as business leaders? Who is always the person that gets promoted? It's the one that is the outlier. They outperform in their day to day everyone else. That's always the first person you look at, right? Like, and having these other things, I think is the next piece, but you have to start there. And I think sometimes people want to skip over that. I mean, what's interesting is you look at like what is the number one challenge businesses have when they move leaders into leadership roles is they advance somebody into a leadership role because they were a really good individual contributor, but they don't actually have the skill set of a leader, right? And the point being is not every really good individual contributor wants to or should be a leader of other people, right? Like, and that's not a bad thing, right? Like, I think a lot of times people just think, well, the only way for me to create more value and to grow my career and things like that is to get to that level. And in some industries, that's probably true, but in so many, I mean, honestly, individual contributors sometimes can have much simpler lives and much greater outcomes, right? But it's when you really want to make more impact is really when you want to go. And the cheat code I always say is like, look, if I'm ever looking that, hey, we need to, who are we looking to advance? And well, number one, it's who is the outlier at doing their job really, really well, right? Because that, the proof is in the pudding. And then two, you said it, it's genuine curiosity, right? And that
Yes.
shows itself in asking questions. It shows itself in kind of, hey, can I help out here, or can I come along for that, or whatever. If somebody nails those two things, it's it's almost automatic, I feel like, in businesses, right? But what I think a lot of times individuals fall into the trap is they kind of get allured into the, call it the fun stuff, which is the genuine curiosity, meeting with people, asking questions and all that. And that's super helpful. And it's a really important thing to do. But I've seen it at least a number of times where someone has, to your point, they've stated, hey, I want to be a leader. And so they start wanting to get involved in all these other things. But then you're like, okay, but you're not actually doing your day-to-day job well. and so that's what's the biggest proof that you can do another job really well is prove that the job that you have today, you can do really, really well. And again, it's the simplest way. And so if you kind of think through, how do I prepare myself, but then also, if that's my desire, how do I increase my likelihood?